He came to the attention of the world and to me a few months ago when he had the audacity to buy a house across the street from Reverend Fred Croft's monstrous Westboro Church in Topeka, Kansas, and turn it into a beacon of hope by painting it the colors of the rainbow flag. He comes to you today as the creator and founder of the Gala House. Please welcome Mr. Aaron.
so now I was in search